So I actually found a place on the map, or as I was walking, called the Beijing Temple of Confucius. So I thought that might be cool to go and have a look at. It's taking me up this quite beautiful little street here, Jingshan Street. I'm going to wander up here, see what we come across. This is quite cool in and of itself. Not the temple, I'm guessing the temple is behind these walls. It was built in the late 1300s by the Yuan dynasty, of course, which is who the money was named after, the current Chinese money. So, yeah. Just gonna go and have a look and see how much the tickets are and see how I go from there. So 30 yuan to get in, which equates to just under $10 Australian and New Zealand, which I think is fine. It's quite a big complex. We have a look at that. I made a mistake, it's 1302, not late 1300s. No, yeah, 1302 it was built. And it was holding the Confucius worshipping ceremony in the Yuan, Ming and Qing dynasties. And the Imperial College is just to the west of here. As soon as you walk in, you're greeted by a statue of Confucius himself. He's one of the big philosophers of his age. Of history, really. Anytime. And a lovely big gate. I'm going to go walk that way and see what I can find. So these stone tablets, there's 198 of them, have information of over 51,000 imperial scholars, and represents the sort of dreams of passing the imperial examination of students in the Yuan, Qing and Ming dynasties. Once they did pass their examinations, they had a meteoric rise and became notable people in history. So I'm not sure what the passing grade was, but I'm not sure that 51,000 of them went into history. History is more than 700 years old. Jeepers. Really intricate carvings with stairways. We see that in a fair few of the photos in the slideshow for Beijing. But it's always really quite cool to see them. So this is Jingshan Hall in the main structure where Confucius was enshrined, worshipped by his emperors. Built in 1302, later destroyed, and then rebuilt in 1411. And of course the roof as well. No stone left unturned. So these are some more of those stone pillars we were talking about earlier, with the students of 16 steels. Cool words, no by emperor, go along. So I was just reading the board. Can't lie, that's kind of how I've been explaining what I've been seeing in this video. So I'm not that smart. I like to think I'm reasonably intelligent, but I don't know everything. And as I've said, it's certainly not in China. It's not an area of speciality, should I say. It's it's a black hole in terms of my knowledge. I know very, very little. So it's really fascinating to me to be learning it. And you can actually see, which we couldn't earlier, about the students engraved in on it. I couldn't really figure it out earlier either, but I certainly can now. And over 51,000 students collected on these tablets. And it's quite cool. So I was expecting to see carvings like that, not carvings like that. Hence why I didn't see them the first time. So the reason for that was purely for like. Okay, so I know I said that this wasn't going to be so much camera on me, but I kind of wanted to do a reveal of this. So behind me here is the Forbidden City. Now I'm going to try and get in, but I'm fairly certain that you need a reservation for it, so we may not be allowed. But I'm going to go to Jingshan Park, just up to the side first, because I saw it yesterday. I tried to get to it yesterday, but wasn't able to. Didn't have enough time to make it there and back in time to be able to get to Tianjin for lunch. And here we have the main exit to Forbidden City. So as I thought, that wasn't an entry, like I was hoping. But the entry is on the other side, so we'll try around there in a little bit. That's where I want to be, Jingshan Park. But obviously there's guests up here, but luckily I have just seen an underground path, so an under road pass. Well, straight away, Jingshan Park has proved to be a magnificent decision. 2 yuan. Or about 50 cents. Australian. Let's see if we can hike all the way up to that top one. Or walk, maybe not so much hike. 50 cents and I walk in and I see that. How fucking delightful. Absolutely. Ahead of us here, we have the mountain road, which stairs, god damn it. But just because it says here, you know, that's not going to stop me getting up there. It's about 100 meters, so it shouldn't be too bad. My legs will get sore halfway up, but let's go. I'll meet you at the top. I'm worried that if I take you on, you know, something I'm going to die. I wish there was a Beijing bikini. But the steps aren't too steep, which makes it a lot easier. Or maybe I'm just getting better with steps. I don't think so though. Here you go. But I would say probably maybe a bit of both, if I'm lucky. It's also kind of good training for Stolen and Shoutunga in about a week's time. Two weeks maybe. This is the Wanchun Pavilion. So this gives us an even better view of the Forbidden City. Once people move anyway. And that's where we started. We explored all of that yesterday, or 2 days ago. Bigger than you think, isn't it? Forbidden City. That marks the absolute central point of Tokyo, of Beijing. Where did I get Tokyo from? Dear oh dear. Let me just have a look at this. I suppose it's here, which makes sense. Not fair, really. Again, that's the exit to the Forbidden City. And this central point. It's just standing on. It is the central point of Beijing. So that weren't a bad little detour to take to Jingshan Park. The views up there are quite lovely, really, of the entirety of the Forbidden City, which I think is much larger than what a lot of people, including myself, sort of realised, even though I had walked through it. So that was really quite cool. For the next little while, I'm just going to be walking around the outside of the Forbidden Wall just to see if there's an entry point and if I can then get in. Now this looks a bit vaguely familiar. We didn't come down this side, but I think we came down the complete opposite side. But we've now crossed the moat, so that's the moat there. We're going to head around and see if we can gamble a bit and get entrance. But walls aren't small, that's for sure. You don't get in if they don't want you to. Imagine trying to penetrate that back in the 1700s, 1600s, 1700s. It'd be damn near impossible. But I'm sure there were some that were able to. Maybe throw ropes up and traverse it. But even then, doing that while not being killed would be a hell of a task. And Beijing's such a wonderful place. It's a lot more than what I sort of guessed it would be. I was expecting sort of your typical concrete metropolis with some random, well not random, but some historical buildings dotted throughout, but they seem to really lean into their history here. And Steel City, I think, I guess, what I was looking for earlier. But again, so much more greenery and colour than I expected from a city like Beijing, especially if you compare it to London or New York, I guess. London does have a lot of greenery, got a lot of parks and stuff, but I guess I just thought that Beijing would be a little bit less exciting to look at, I guess, for lack of a better term. But yeah,